MEXT 2027 is finally here. Oh my goodness, I've done so many videos using 2026 documents and showing you all how to apply and things like that. And everybody's like, where is the 2027 documents? Why are you using 2026 documents? And I'm always just like, because it is not yet out. But guess what? The boss herself said on LinkedIn, I'm going to put it here, that MEXT is officially open. And as of today, there are about 20 something countries around the world that have also officially opened the MEXT. So you first of all, let me know in the comment section, are y'all applying? Are y'all not applying? How are y'all feeling? I don't want to, this is like March breaks moving forward. Everybody should be putting together their application documents. I want to let me know, are you applying for bachelor's, master's, PhD? How are you all feeling about the process? I don't want to hear any feeling stressed, feeling no. If you're feeling stressed, you're feeling worried, you're feeling nervous, it's because you've not watched all my videos, because I have done more than 100 videos on the MEXT scholarship available on TikTok, here on YouTube. And then today we are going to look through the application documents. Y'all get into it, and let us start here. Application guidelines for the Japanese government MEXT scholarship for 2027. Y'all know how excited I always get when I have to get on here and do a video about MEXT. I'm always just like going back home. Definition of research students. Of course, this is for masters and PhD students. Undergrads, I've already done a video for you all. You can go check out that video. Field of studies, important. Qualifications for all the levels, Japanese language, visa requirements, take your time, period of the scholarship, extension, scholarship benefits, suspension of scholarship, the process of applying, application documents. You have to get clear on everything that you have to put together. Very important. And then you have the first screening is going to happen, request for provisional acceptance as submission of a placement form, that is going to happen. Then second screening, and then academic pathway for research students. This is you now sort of getting ready and putting all of the things, and you are good to go to Japan. Let me tell you something. Take your time and read through this. I have seen that so many students have been struggling with figuring out, are they eligible for MEXT? Are they not eligible for MEXT? And I'm just like, it is written there, the eligibility criteria for the MEXT Japanese government scholarship. And talking about the eligibility, I think it is a good time to tell you all about a service that I offer, where I am actually going to be linking you all with MEXT grantees in Japan for one-on-one tutoring. So this is a service here. You are going to have 5 sessions with grantees in Japan, and these 5 sessions, each session is going to cover a specific aspect to make sure that you are ready by the end of this. Like by the time it's to submit, everything is ready, you are good to go. And step 1, the reason why I'm actually telling you all is because step 1 of this process is you filling up a form, sending it to me, and I assessing if you are eligible for the MEXT scholarship or not. And I've seen so many people already at that stage of, oh, we are gearing up, we are going to be applying, and then they send their documents, and I check, and I'm like, you're not even eligible for the scholarship. Like, you're not eligible. So please take your time, read through that, be sure you are eligible before you go ahead. Okay, now let's look at the 2027 application form for the Japanese government scholarship. It never changes. Oh my goodness, I applied for this scholarship more than 10 years ago, and this is the same form that I was using. All right, name, gender, nationality, all of those mundane things, phone number, status, the institutions, depending on wherever it is that you work, academic record. They are trying to make sure that you had 16 years of education, and then any remarks, and then we stop here for a bit because it matters. Field of specialization studied in the past. Take some time here to think about what you're going to put. Explain it in details. Don't just state it out. Like, give some context about what you were studying, what was going on there. Like, put some academic context on what you were doing in your previous studies. Okay, state the titles or subjects of books, theses authored by the applicant. One of the things that I have learned that students do here is they do not think that maybe long essays or some things that they had written, like, if it matters. No, it matters. Put all of it in there. It counts. Okay, Then you have job, employment, what kind of job that you did and whatever. Now we may take another pause here. Motivation for studying in Japan. What was your trigger for having an interest in Japan? Take some time here. Take some time here and think exactly why. And remember, the goal of the scholarship provider is to build soft power and relations between your country and Japan. So your reasons should be coming from something that has to do with your studies, something that you're passionate about, something that Japan is specific to. Like, don't say anything that has to do with irrelevant things like pop culture or whatever. You are an academic. Give academic reasons for why. What is your trigger for Japan? Okay, here also, stop for a bit. Why do you choose Japan as a study destination? They take some time here, and academic reasons, and also one of the goals of the scholarship provider is to see that you can be some kind of a bridge between Japan and their country. So you can say something with reference to that. Even in the next question, what kinds of things do you think you can contribute to Japan and your home country through your experience of studying in Japan? So you can start here with why do you choose Japan? There can be a reason why you're choosing Japan, and then it now links to because you're choosing, because you want to be this connection of whatever it is that you want to study between your country and Japan. Then you, and this, because of those things that you want to do, this is how you are going to contribute. In fact, these questions: what was your trigger for having an interest in Japan? Why did you choose Japan? And what kinds of things? This is a coherent story that you need to sit and put together yourself. Like, let it be because of one thing, then the other thing, and because of the other thing, then the other thing. Okay, make sure that your story really aligns. Then of course here you have Japanese language. If you don't know Japanese language, that's fine. You're going to do 6 months of Japanese studies when you come here, and then contact person, and that is all it. Going back to why this is very important, this is the first document that you fill, and most of the times some students do not have a coherent story about why they are choosing Japan, and they cannot justify it and tell a specific story on, this is my trigger, this is why I'm choosing the country, and this is what I intend to contribute. If you are one of those, I have these worksheets here. These are worksheets that I have prepared to help you all, guide you step by step through this process. This is a Japanese government scholarship worksheets for research students. This is masters and PhDs. And in this worksheet, I'm just like giving you ideas as you're filling, like each form. I list out the form, and then I give you ideas on how to answer each question, So if this is something that is difficult for you, go ahead, get the worksheets and use it such that you can fill up your forms in a way that can tell a consistent story about you and convince them why they should give you this particular scholarship. I think that storytelling and being able for someone to be able to, like, for you to make some kind of a case for yourself on why should you all give me this scholarship? Why am I deserving of this scholarship? That comes from storytelling, and that comes from you telling a particular story that someone can be like, oh yeah, I think that we should choose this person, because there are so many people you're competing with, right? It's like, can you tell a consistent story? And as I always say, like, when they choose the applicants, they have to report to Tokyo. We chose these persons because you need to give them a good because they cannot go to Tokyo and be like, we're not sure why we chose this person. So you need to give them a good story. Then now you have the placement preference application form for the Japanese scholarship research students. Of course, you have your name, gender, field of those mundane things, field of study, detailed field of study, yes. Then here we come here where we have to stop for a bit and think. What universities do you want to go to? Name of university, graduate school, academic supervisor, first choice, second choice, third choice. I did a video on how to search for English programs in Japan. I'm going to put it here, somewhere here, and also in the description box. How to search for English programs, how to search for professors. If you have not watched that video, do yourself a favor. Go and watch that video, because I share with you all the tools, all the resources, and everything that you need in order to find the professors, in order to find the English-speaking universities in Japan, in order to find all of those things. Go ahead, watch that video, use those tools, and find this. Like, let this finding of everything, let this not be an exercise that takes you more than 2 to 3 hours. No, in one day, you sit, take a few hours, use those tools, and you'll be done by the end of the day. Let this not take a lot of time. You have to spend time on this document here. Field of study and research plan. You have the name in alphabet, nationality, and then here we come to the core of your application. This is the part where you need to sit down, call all your mentors, your supervisors, your professors, and be like, yes, this is where we have to work on. And those that sign up for the one-on-one tutoring, actually in stage 1 of this, you start working with me. Like, you send your research proposals, you send it to me, and I'm looking at it and I'm asking you questions. I actually just sent some feedback to some students a couple of days ago, and I was like, why is this study relevant? Like, why is this urgent? This seems to me like, okay, it is something that we can study, but it doesn't seem to me like a pressing problem. Like, why should anyone give you money to go study this? That is why you have to spend some time here. So all the people who sign up for the one-on-one, you deal with me first, and then when you have convinced me, like, okay, edit it, because I sent it back to you and I was like, y'all edit it and then send it back to me. So when you've convinced me, like, okay, this is some kind of a problem, then that is when I link you to your tutor. Your tutor is a specialist in the field, so of course you are going back and forth with your tutor, and then y'all are now just structuring everything. But me, as a generalist, I'm assessing it like someone working at the embassy, because someone working at the embassy does not know whatever it is that y'all are doing. The specialist will know who is your tutor after me, right? But you have to go through me first. So this is practically like you going through an embassy person before you get to your specialist, and I'm asking you questions like an embassy person will ask your questions. So if you've not signed up for the one-on-one, definitely go ahead and sign up for it. All right. Past and present field of study, research team and plan in Japan. This is so important for you to spend some time here, because what you study will determine the universities you choose. What you study will determine the professors you choose to work with. What you study will determine the questions that they are going to ask you at the interview. That is why you need to spend time here, like spend all of your time here making sure you have everything here clean and clear. I was actually on Reddit the other day talking to some students who are applying for the MEXT on Reddit, and one was telling me that he has this visuals that he's doing something electromagnetics, and he has these visuals of something that he has come up with, and he was like, should I include it in my research plan? I was like, yes, include it in the research plan, because at the end of the day, and this is what technical people struggle with, yes, you want to study something that nobody knows the names of those words that you are using, nobody knows the meanings, right? Make it as easy for people to understand as much as possible. That is why those people who sign up for they are going through me first, because I am the generalist who does not understand the special things in your field. So you have to make it as easy as possible for people to understand what you're writing, because if it is not easy to understand, at the end of the day, I'm going to be looking like, what am I supposed to do with this information, right? And for me, as, let's say, an embassy person, to make a case for you, you have to make it clear to me that this is important. And if you're going to be using visuals, sure, go ahead. Anything that is going to help make it clear why this is a problem worth studying in Japan, and this is a problem that if you study it, you are going to contribute to your society, you are going to contribute to Japan. That is what I'm interested in knowing. If you don't have those answers, then we are not yet in business. Okay? Certificate of health. Take this document to a physician. Take this document, download this document, take it to a physician, let the physician check you and fill up all of this. In my country, we're required to seal it and take it to the embassy. I don't know what are the rules in your country, so y'all reach out to the embassy and ask them, do I have to seal it? What should I do? What are the processes for this? But for us, I downloaded it, took it to a physician, check me, filled it up, signed, sealed it, and I submitted it to the embassy, sealed. So be sure of what are the rules. I was also on Reddit. It's interesting how I am on Reddit a lot. I'm online a lot, actually. And someone was saying that he went and that he had some x-ray results. That should he put the details of his x-ray results, because as you can see, you have physical examination, then you have lungs, and then you have x-rays and whatever, that he has results of these individual things. That should he put them there? And I was like, no, that is not what's required. If you have done those tests, rather take those tests to your physician. Let the physician look at it and fill this up. Look at it and fill this up. This is not for you to sort of say, okay, I've done these results, so I'm just going to put all of these results and put to the embassy. I have told you all already, embassy people are generalists. They are there to do admin work. So if anything that is going to increase their work, that is not helpful for you. So submit exactly what they have asked you to submit, okay? Now let's look at the recommendation letter form. This is how it looks like, and I like this last line. Any other formats of recommendation letter will be accepted. So you can choose to download this and take it to your principal, your teacher, whoever that is going to sign this or whatever, or you can just talk to them and tell them that I need a recommendation letter. Can you please write one for me? I was talking to a student from Turkey, and the student was telling me that in my country the idea of recommendation letters is not common, so I am not sure how we are going to, like, what I'm going to do. And I was like, go and sit down with your professors, regardless of if this is your culture or not your culture. Explain to them. They are human beings. They understand. They are smart enough. They get it. Explain to them about the scholarship. Tell them why you want to apply. Tell them how it's important to you. If possible, draft something and take it to them. Draft something and take it to them, and then let them now work with that to sort of write to you or write for you like good enough recommendation letter. And I like that the Japanese government is flexible about this. You can use their format, or you can use whatever format. In my year, my professor had his format that he was using. I did not have a choice but to go with his format. So just check and be sure whatever it is that you want. All of the resources for this, the worksheets, it will be in the description box. The one-on-one signing up for the tutoring, it will be in the description box. Y'all let me know. I'm always excited to see the next generation of MEXT scholars. Y'all let me know, are y'all bachelor's, master's, PhD? How is your application going? Are y'all good? Are y'all good? I hope y'all are good. I hope this prep process is not stressing y'all out. If it is, take some time here on YouTube. There's a whole playlist. Watch, take notes. It's going to clear out all of the doubts, okay? I wish you all good luck. I don't know if I'm going to do any video about MEXT again for this year. Maybe it's going to be next year again. Y'all take care. See you all in Tokyo. When you all get this scholarship, reach out to me on LinkedIn and tell me that you've gotten it. Reach out to me on X and tell me that you've gotten it. And when you all come to Japan, let us meet. Let us have some kind of a dinner together. Let me know that all of these students that I've been educating and helping them get the MEXT scholarship, they made it through. See you all in Tokyo. Bye.